Welcome to Albion TV. Live on a Saturday night, we're going to bring you Crystal League 5v5 action. We've got level 5, 6, and our first... Is it our first level 7s of the season,
I
Chosen?
believe it is.
I think it is our first level 7s of the season, which means those guys can get those juicy level 8 towers if they're able to secure victory in this evening's shenanigans. My name is Lewpac, and joining me, of course, is Shozen and Bogul. We're ready to bring you through this evening's proceedings. We'll be starting with level 5s in just under 10 minutes. But Shozen, why don't you give us a rundown of what's been going on today? I believe you've had a war report. I believe you've had 20s. I believe it's all been going off today.
Yeah, we had a lot of action early on during the ZVZs today. We had a number of three-way fights where, well, I shouldn't call them three-way fights, fights with multiple alliances. So we did get to see that. I do like watching the homeless crew. They are very good at what they do, and they are completely solo guild out there fighting against the...
hang on. Is that a meme or not? Because, you know, solo guilds are a bit of a meme.
They have no alliance.
Do you know what? I've seen some banging battle boards between like them and Elevate and Mer, and like I've seen some really cool battle boards, and they're all giving it on all the discords. They're like, oh, see, look how good the fights are when you don't have cluster queues and big hand holding alliances. I was like, yeah, you know, these fights are all well and good, but wait till one of your hideouts is on 2 shields, and we'll see if you're, you know, we'll see if you're still chilling there. Or wait till you've lost like for a week straight and see if you're still about that life. Because things change.
It's hard when you're down against a larger alliance, going against somebody with, I don't know, like say 17,000 players in their prime alliance, not including their other 3 alliances that they have members in. It can be a little daunting. Yeah, it can be a little daunting for the solo guild. Fox was able to get into the tournament. We have Lorette Blue as the tank, I believe, for these guys.
Yeah, this is this team. I think they won their level 7 earlier after having a couple of rough 6 and 5. So they're having an up and down day, I would say, at the moment. And it looks like they're going to be against... Oh, Guildzena. We just said about Guildzena team, Chosen.
Yep, doing work.
I wasn't sure, and they do have a team. So this is, you know, this is a top 5 clash, which is always interesting to see because there's a lot of points on the table. Sun versus Guildzena, Free James and Thoro. It's going to be Polehammer versus Polehammer. The SOBs have been put away for the day. Bunny team in Guildzena on the bow. Holy moly, what was that damage? Bunny team almost gets dropped in the opening exchange. The bow shred combining with that beautiful bear paws land. They didn't even have Gorgo on target there. NEX is getting slammed. This is, we've said this, Bokik's in a lot of trouble. Nice work from Free James, but he may have got a little bit tunnel vision
overextended there. Yeah,
he's
but he gets a good
get
heal.
The reset Bunny team though. He's gonna eat the Bokik slam, and down he goes. And this is my favorite backline, Shozen. I always say this on the show. My favorite backline is bow crossbow.
It's the hardest to deal with, honestly. It's one of the hardest.
It just deletes anything. Like tanks, healers, whatever. If you get both of those guys full rotation onto the enemy, they're gonna have problems.
You need to pull out something to control them. It's one of those backlines where you need to make a choice with your team who you're going to lock down. Now, the easiest one to lock down is the bow. We've seen it time and time again. Get somebody out there to take care of the bow, whether it's an ironclad or somebody with purge. You have to have somebody on top of them to make sure they can't just free fire.
What's their purge situation? Like, so the Guildzena team is only running the one purge, right? Whereas Bokix and Lotra for Sun are both running the Fiend's Cowl. So they can purge 2 rotations. And I think that's going to be the difference maker. The crossbow, of course, because it's a one-hander, he can run Sacred Scepter, which means he's able to mitigate a lot of the CC. So I think the comp kind of favors them. The
nice move by Bokix there. Did you see that step towards the orb to make sure that they caught it? I liked that. That was really high level.
You can't disrespect the Shadow Caller, though. Give that guy some space and it'll cause problems. Nice damage. Free James again getting pumped. The Shadow Caller slam's good. Oh, good roll by Bokix on that slam. He's running energy pots. This guy's going for his energy. He's running Limhurst and energy pots. That's what... Oh, my
Another
goodness,
one for Bunny team, and they're going to just take this one home. This is going to be a 3. This is deadly.
Oh, no, they're going to get the
healer. Are they going to... No, they're not going to get the healer. He's going to be okay. He's going to get out of there. He's going to take some shots on the way out, but they're not going to be able to get any CC on him to secure that kill.
See,
but it's going to be
I'm not
into a 3
saying
cap.
I'm not saying that Axe is an energy hungry Shozen, but as soon as you're not running a Scholar's Cow, you have to run energy pots and a Limhurst. Like a Limhurst on its own doesn't cut
Not
it for
enough.
an Axe.
No.
Nah. And the worst is the higher the IP you go, the quicker they drain that
The more
energy
it
as
chews,
well.
yeah. It just chews right through it at this point.
This is like it's an interesting one though, because Guild Xena are doing a lot of they're doing a lot of damage and they're getting people super low. And I feel like Sun are maybe overstaying their welcome in the backline. Nice combo there from Bokix. Bokix playing insanely well. He's holding the third charge of his Q until he razor cuts in, so that he can razor cut and then root. That's a really nice way to play it, because you have a little window to do it. Another clean razor cut. He's gonna roll that slam, but Guild Xena managed to weather the storm, but the cap's not in their favor right now, Shozen, and this
No,
is...
they are down on caps, and they need to make a play soon, or this is going to get out of hand before you know it.
Lotra's landing some nice stuns, and again, the Shadow Caller, he's wearing cloth, and he's running the Mist Piercer. And that is a greedy choice. That is a really greedy choice against the Pole Hammer. He's going to lose so much uptime every time he gets stunned. So both of their backline are eating the full duration of stuns, whereas Gorgo with his Sacred Scepter shrugs off those stuns super quickly. Look at his opening on the tank. Bomb combo, a lot committed, and oh, NEX, they actually went for the save, and they're gonna commit a lot to Bokix right now. And I think if he can get into that Judy, he's gonna be just fine. Gorgo, nice switch from Guild Xena, really good opener from them. That was clean target switching, good pressure, but Bokix didn't panic there. He held his nerve, got inside the Judy. Nice stun onto Ochi, but the Scepter comes into play once again. Free James, spinning blades. NEX shut down on the right. The bow, it's just too much. It's just too much. And there's the route onto 3. Bokix landing these Qs every single time. Thrine needs to run, and Bokix, he's ready with a razor cut. If he can get a heal up and dive here. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. There's the root. There's the bomb. There's the... Oh, good roll from Thrine. Really good roll from Thrine. But he's not going to be able to save James either, is he?
No, it doesn't look like it.
And
not this time.
This is a demolition job earlier.
Yeah, this is going to be over very quickly. That's why I am currently looking around the rest of the world to find out what else we have available to watch, because we're going to need a second match really quickly.
Yeah, Bunny team in this team as well. Very, very established player. NEX, very, very competent player. Thyrene. You know, we're looking at some good players in this as well. Bunny team, was he an old school GVGer as well? Not like old school then. He did 66 GVGs back in the day. That's not an insignificant amount though.
No.
So he goes way back. Just some good players, but I don't know. They're just not syncing up, and I think they're actually gonna switch off their bow to double bear paws now, because their bow is getting just too controlled. I think the issue is Bokix is just doing an insane job on their backline. Free James knocked out the air there. Bunny team collateral damage from this bow. The triple front line as well. Good roll from NEX there onto the Sunder. Gorgo in a bit of trouble. He's going to pop that Guardian Helm. The bop's coming out. Good reset from Ochi. Gorgo, big trouble now. Evasive jumps committed. They're going to land after. Ochi trying to run interception, but they're not actually able to finish him as their midline is getting driven back. Bokix, good play from Thrine.
Oh,
separating the front line, but now they're stacking, and this is the issue. Like, explosive arrows, collateral damage, right? The razor cut, collateral damage. The crossbow, explosive. He's using auto fire as well, so you get the collateral on that explosion.
Bomb,
You've got the bombs as well. It's just not a pretty comp for them. NEX caught out of position, and this one looking like it's done and dusted. There's no trade really on the board. And
I don't think they're going to get the 20 before the tick here, but they are going to take down probably the entire team here.
I mean, you're looking at 9 sets, possibly 10 if the healer goes. Yeah, he's going to
just a 4. They're not going to secure Arthura here.
10 sets into the 20 and 6 points. Yeah,
that is it for this one. I'm going to go ahead and try to find us another.
That was a really, really clean fight, though. They had their moments, but
oh, actually, if we head over to the Cargera match, they are down caps. They're up in points, significantly up in points, but they're down caps. So let's give these guys and their opponents, Dazio and stuff, a little bit of airtime. See if Cargera and the boys can regain cap control and take this fight.
This is a really nice team, actually. Yabem. Like, this is a really good team, but
Yeah, Bem
as
so
we
low, he's
always
gonna
say,
die here in just seconds. I don't think there's much
it's
left for
just he
him.
might get saved. He might get
Well,
saved.
he's
You
got
know.
to fall back. They've got to fall back and do a full reset here after that incredible amount of pressure that we saw put on by Carbon and Grafis. That was just rough.
2 of my 3 favorite healers in one match, Shozen.
That's always good.
Yeah, and Chicken is my other favorite holy. But he go if the meta switches back to nature, Rabane's back in it for me.
Okay.
Rabane's an insane nature healer. Zeo, he's gonna drop the Cargera team back on top. It's actually, if you look at the score,
Cargera
it's actually 6-5 in points, 6-5 in kills,
yeah,
6-6 now. But it just seems that there was a really long fight while the Cargera team had the caps.
Which
now
is what we see these guys do a number of times. They're able to outlast you. They're able to get cap control and outlast you. And when they lose an engagement, they're able to hold caps probably better than any other team that we've ever seen in the game. They can be down to 3 players and still hold caps, keeping that 2 cap advantage, grinding out the points, forcing you to make plays. Then their teammates come back. You're down on health. You're down on energy. It's not going to matter.
Cheeky from
well, actually, yeah, they're still gonna have an opportunity here.
Guess my name's
7
the
points.
Other way. Guess my name's gonna have a little fight with Carvin. One of the other things,
but we have a really close match over here with Rafi Khan versus Noob Slayer, 66-71 at this point. I kind of want to grab that one because I think with 6 points left, this one is over. I can keep an eye on it to let you know if caps do change.
I think they're just gonna grind this one out. Yeah, so we'll go to Rafikon, shall we?
ANCQ dies. It's over.
Yeah, Rafikon and the boys, 66-71 then. So some 1-1 players that have been picked up. Chicken, the other guy that we just spoke about. Chicken is now representing 1-1. D's Nuts is representing 1-1. Aramis is still in Elevate. So a bit of a mixed team going on. And of course the Rafikon team representing Hammer and Sickle this season. As these GVG teams, they tend to take bids at the start of a season. Mm-hmm. And they're either paid a flat fee or a per point basis, usually per point. But
I think that's a better way to go.
They get very expensive, don't they?
Yeah.
Yumi's going down. So actually, it's no Bronx on the healing spot.
Yeah,
Yumi
they've been changing up their
Man.
Healers quite a bit.
I'm sure I saw Bronx with them earlier.
Well, it might be just a replacement for the day. Who knows? But we are seeing them being pushed down here, and I think this is going to be a 3 cap by what it looks like the other team is doing right now.
Yeah, it's going to be 28. Yep. They're going to get another shot at this though, which is good. So we should see some more action in our level 5s, but definitely an uphill battle from here on out. Yumi doesn't even have a cape yet. Yumi's got no cape. There we go. There's his cape. He just couldn't find it, I guess.
Go check out Theus RS on the other side here. See what he's doing here. About to close one out here in 7 seconds against him. Let's see who's going to win. That's the Gosling team.
These guys are really going to struggle here, though. They're going to get at least two rotations to fight. Noob Slayer running interception. No opening pressure. They are running that bow crossbow. And ATAC, he's actually on the explosive shot with Purity Robe instead of the Sunder Mage that we see. Mm-hmm. Which I don't mind. He's not facing a bow. So I kind of don't mind that at all. But it's double axes right now for Rawbit and the boys. They grab the cap. They could turn on Rawbit. Good pierce. Good combo from the crossbow as well. Rawbit's going to eat the Guardian. The Guardian immediately removed. Chicken comes in with the reset. Rafi, 3-man geyser. Slam goes out on the Chillite.
Done.
And Rafi and the boys, they've got some momentum. But look at the peel. They don't wait till they're low. I really, really like this from Red. Like they're not staying until they're half health. They immediately recognize they're about to get out momentum, and they start peeling early before they're struggling to survive. Look for the turn. Rafi misses the stun because of the downwards elevation. Good combo, though. Poison out onto Chicken. Geyser onto Chicken. Huge pressure onto the healer. Frontline Guardian Helm lets them sustain. Chicken goes leaping back in, and this time ATAC has to roll out. And he's just got his whole team back to full. And Rafi and Chiller at half. And now D's, his curse stacks
Fatality is in trouble in the back. He's getting pounded on by Aramis.
Waytak's going to die in the corner. The sickle tickle at max range. And he just literally bleeds out slowly because his healer was being driven back.
They have an opportunity for a turn here. No,
it's full. It's full wipe, and that is going to be GG. Rathacon and the Hammer and Sickle boys. More Guardians is the spam. How many Guardian helms do they have on the other team?
Not
Just
enough.
two. Just two. It's not like. Hang on. Oh no. Hey, wait. Tell a lie. Hey, yeah, two. They have two Guardians. The same as his team. What? Is he complaining that they have? Is the team with two Guardian helms complaining that the other team has two Guardian helms?
Yeah.
Oh, chill! He did a roll in the tent and like lost his shield and got clapped. I don't even know what that was at the end shows. And my goodness, what a match! We got any more going on?
Yeah,
still?
I got Golgata over here in the level 3. All the level all the level 5s are finished right now, but we've got a rather close one over here, as it's 40-9. It just swapped over. 9 points. Did have a 2 cap to their advantage for just a moment, but they just lost that here, and I think I'm getting disconnected.
No, it looks like this one's about to be over then. Golgota. No, yeah, the fancy guys, Prescriptus with an Elevate Man. They're coming out naked just to make this one finish a bit quicker. And there we go. 8-10. That looked like it was a banger, though, for the War Chiefs. Good stuff.
Let me see if we have anything left here. Level 2s, maybe. Elfa? ELFA. Let me see if that one is still going on.
Just about, I think.
No, it's
just
done.
finished. Just finished, and they unfortunately lost, I believe. Yeah. Formosa Rangers. We've seen these guys
the
actually
West
in a few matches.
Wind would be the last option we have.
I know the name. Actually.
Yeah, I've seen the West Wind before. We've watched their matches, and that one is over as well.
They've just won.
Yeah, they tend to all end at the same time as rotations go in people's favor.
And that's actually going to be the end of our low tier matches, Shozen. The 1 to 3s are now finished for the evening, leaving us only with level 6 and level 7. Should be juicy. And this is the most populated of the time slots for these matches as well. So we should see some banger matches, hopefully. And yeah, it's going to be exciting to see what these guys bring out. But yeah, you said it. The cap grind from that Cargera team. We were switching matches so fast, I didn't really get to talk about it. But that mid-range arcane, right? We saw the emergence of that build towards the end of the season, the leather arcane, and the one-hand arcane, right? It just slows down fights so much because you're constantly getting those mini silences, which shuts out abilities. You're purging things like soldier armor, damage buff, right? It just slows down the fights. And then all of a sudden, if you have a slow fight that takes 4 minutes and you're 3 capped, you've lost 80 points. Like, it's getting on top of the caps early when you're playing that sort of comp, like a slow and steady comp, is so important.
Absolutely. 100%. Let me see if we can't get some raffles going in here in chat, guys. It is
free
that time.
Gold giveaway.
To enter that. So I hear you've
gold.
had an exciting weekend, Lewpac.
Yeah, it's been. I mean, I'll be honest. We've had this bit of war with Black Order, and it kind of abruptly ended on Friday, which was a bit sad, really, because it's been super fun. There's been some crazy ZVZs, but they gave it up and moved out. We had a little celebration with all the boys on Friday. A little party time. It was much fun was had, and back to business now. Yeah, it's been a banger season so far. The thing is, we've got multiple wars as well. We've had this going on. We've had this Arch OPM war. We did have like Surf and Monkey Alliance put in the hurt on PoE and the gang in the 1800 slot. But I actually think that Monkey and Surf came to an agreement with PoE, get this, to not push so that Shiro could get banged on more.
Oh.
Like, I mean, there's burning bridges and there's napalm strikes on bridges. You know, there's a big difference, isn't there? But I don't know. I've been enjoying your war reports and the unorthodox war report of Mr. Duratine. I don't know if you've been familiar with his show on YouTube.
Yeah, it's incredible that somebody who can't play the game says that I don't play the game.
Oh, the banner. It's all.
If you do
I don't
find
even know
him
what. I don't
in the
even know what he
world,
did
go
this
ahead and
time.
if you do see him in the world, go ahead and report his name to customer support and just help out with the whack-a-mole. I'll appreciate it.
We've also got some new NDA changes, which may have a knock-on effect to GVGs. We've got about 12 minutes for our next match, so we can definitely run through these, get the thoughts of yourself and of course chat. Axes and swords have basically an auto attack speed buff, right?
Yep.
And a damage reduction. The overall output will end up the same, but these weapons are going to attack faster now, which has a knock-on effect or any passives that rely
That's what I
on
was gonna say.
hits.
The passives are gonna be the ones that are affected with this, and you know
But
how. Yeah,
Shozen,
please.
it's an unlisted buff to Cultist Cowl.
Oh,
Cultist Cowl does damage every time your target attacks. The faster they attack, the more damage they take. So anything that attacks super fast, like
right.
have you ever seen a one-hand dagger get Cultist Cowl? It's quite funny because he heals himself while hurting himself for about the same amount. It's pretty good. Or like a full speed bow takes a lot of damage from a Cultist Cowl, but
Yeah, they do.
I mean, none of these
They do more
weapons,
damage than the cultist cowl, though.
none of these weapons are going to be like hitting so fast that it's going to make Cultist Cowl amazing. But it's just a little side note, and I found that quite interesting when someone pointed it out. Axes, though, axes are getting put in the dumpster. Like
Really?
we have kind of returned to this. We're seeing two axe meta. Do you remember the flipping triple halberd double healer that we saw back in the day? And like
Hmm.
everyone was running double halberd at the minimum, and we just saw some silly things with the bleed stacks and whatever.
The bleeds. It's all about
Yeah,
the bleeds. Yeah.
and we are seeing double axes sneak in a little bit again. Not so much Realm Breaker. We saw Realm Breaker for a while, but it's all about halberds and bear paws now. So Rending Swing is going to have a range reduction, a slight buff to the minimum distance for max damage, but the bleed only hits you at the outside radius now. So
Really?
if you're within 2.5 meters of the axe player,
Okay.
you don't get a bleed and you
That
take less
makes it
damage.
so much harder to get those bleeds.
Yeah, you can't just potato into the middle of everything like anymore. And people have the option to go inside the axe player now, which is cool. Like a healer can go inside the axe player and not worry too much as long as he tracks his movement. Raging Blades as well hits in a ring around the caster exactly the same. Inner radius 2.5 meters, outer radius 6. So now the Raging Blades axe builds, they've now got this like safe area
Right.
inside. That said, a lot of people are now using the cone queue anyway, which isn't affected by this. But I definitely think that's quite a hefty nerf to axes.
Oh, dude, it's the bleed is the most important part of the axis. You get
But
to go ahead.
the great axe is getting buffed, right? And I love this. It lasts less time and has a longer cooldown. Does slightly more damage. The channel is now a superior channel. Cannot be interrupted. The great axe now goes brrrr. Now it's not. I don't think we're going to see it in GVG, right? But you're going to see some rowdy great axes in ZVZ. I promise
Right.
you right now, Spectre Jacket great axes are
Well,
coming
yeah,
to a backline near you very, very
absolutely.
soon.
They already there. So
That's gonna be amazing. There's no energy cost either, so you can activate it and then it drains 4 energy per tick, and you can obviously shut it off if you want. But it works similar to the blight staff. Basically, you can't be stunned, you can't be slowed either. You're immune to slow. You can run through wind walls. You ignore grove keepers. You don't get pulled by camlands. Like, gotta love it. Gotta love it, really, haven't you?
yeah, you do. Unfortunately, guys in chat, I can't give your prize to someone else. The only person who can do that is you. In order to claim your prize, you have to whisper me. I cannot give you the prize if you do not whisper me. Sorry, there's some discussion in chat about how to get gold and who deserves the gold. Apparently, the high threat level slayer, that guy, he doesn't need gold, Lewpac. He's
Well, he
got
can get
enough.
the code and give it to his friend, like you
Right,
said.
that's what I'm saying.
But
That's all
Shozen can
you
only give it to the actual winner. That's how these
right.
things work.
Otherwise, people start doing some crazy stuff, and it just makes for a messy situation on my end.
One of those things. Other changes. Then we got the new ability coming onto the one-hand axe, where you throw your axe now. It can hit multiple targets in a line, and you life steal all of them.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely going to be some fun with that, but I don't think that's going to come into GVG. Could come into GVG if the damage is high enough, but we'll see. Knockback shot and noise eraser on crossbows being changed. That's more of a change for corrupteds, I would say. Noise eraser very popular with corrupted boltcasters players. Tazik and his dark matter. All he
He's
talks about
really
is
excited
buffing
about
dark
this.
matter.
Well,
And
he
now
wants the sound
Retro's gonna
enabled
do it.
again.
Retro's
Yeah.
gonna buff dark matter. It's still pretty pants though. Like, I'll be honest, compared to an instant cast like line armor pierce with good damage.
Mm-hmm.
But maybe it'll be fun on clumps of enemies. If I mean, 78 base damage. It depends how much you can ramp up the damage. If it's a snapshot and you can bounce it about, I can't remember how many bounces it does, but
Well, the max jump distance is huge. That's where you're really gonna get
yeah,
the
definitely.
benefit
That's a
from it.
50%
Yeah,
increase. So that's what I'm
that
saying.
is
If it's got enough bounces to make it good,
right.
and you can ramp it up and snapshot it, then that's good. But
Well, if you
we'll
can
see.
do that in like a ZVZ now, you're gonna get many hits. You can also pull that off in fives now, whereas before just a good split prevented
Yeah,
it.
but like, are you really going to fire off a dark matter in ZVZ instead of armor piercing an
Armor
entire
Pierce,
clump?
no, probably not.
Like,
I'm gonna be honest with you, probably not.
nah.
No.
Or desecrate, you can root an entire clump. Like, there's so much more you can do. My thoughts are like, groups of mage raiders or in 10v10s. I could see it because you're going to get value out of it.
Oh,
because they're all
10v10s would be good. Yeah,
Again,
yeah, that's a good one for 10v10s.
Curse Skull as well, right?
Yeah.
Ramp a big buff on the magic damage. Nearly a 50% increase on the damage, and it can't be reflected anymore, which makes me think ZVZs again, Curse Skull on the big clumps. But is it going to replace a weapon that armor pierces pretty much everything on the screen? The Damnation. Like, where are you going to fit in that Curse Skull?
Mm.
Is it? I don't think it's true. No, it's magic damage, not true damage as well. Because it did do percentage based. Fire Wave. Oh yeah, so Fire Wave basically instead of going in a cone now, it kind of goes. That's my professional,
That's
professional
some
explanation
professional
of how Fire
sound.
Wave goes. And
Like Lewpac, you should definitely work as a voice actor with those incredible audio skills.
I do work as a voice actor. We've voiced commercials before, yeah. Hoarfrost buff. I love Hoarfrost and I love Wildfire Staff. I love that they keep throwing these little buffs, and maybe people will play it. And everyone's like, listen, right? I literally have a giant ice pineapple weapon. I'm not playing Hoarfrost. They're like, well, what about Wildfire? And they're like, listen, I can literally call meteors down from the sky. I'm not playing Wildfire. Like, I'm not about rolling. I'm not going to roll meatballs at people when I can drop a meteor on their head like some sort of Final Fantasy summon. Like, there is some incredible ZVZ weapons in those lines. There's really good fives weapons in those lines. Hoarfrost and Wildfire before Relic tier and before Avalonian tier definitely had a place. But I feel they've been left behind by the power creep. The power creep of the new weapons is too great. Like, there's just better options in a lot of situations, which is a shame. But I do like that they're slowly buffing these things because I think creative players will find a way to use them. And quite often, we say this time and time again, quite often the things that aren't the meta are the things that catch you out. Like when Geminex started honking everyone with his demon armor pike in GVG, or the end of season 10 when we saw a GVG team go on a double dagger rampage. Do you remember that? There was the one guy who was just like flying around the map and one shot in the enemy healer in these fives. Like, the team wasn't spectacular, but generally without a healer you should win the fight. And they went on a rampage at the end of the season, winning quite high level matches, and then we never saw them again. I think they kind of disbanded in the off season. So there's definitely potential in these lower tier weapons. The problem with the Hoarfrost and Fire again is that there's just better options for everything. Whatever you're fighting, there's a better option than those two.
We have a vote up and going now. If you want to pick who we watch next. Currently, Cargera is winning with 3 votes.
Wow. Okay. Give me can you get the stat? What percentage of our teams are playing from towers, Shozen, for our level 6s?
Let me go take a look.
Because that always interests me because
2.
Really?
2.
Especially in light
Oh,
of
3.
like
We have a third one that just registered now. We have 3 from towers, and
we're not going to tell you where they are because we don't want to
yeah,
get
I'm not going to
bombed
tell you how
on
many we don't
stream.
have in towers either.
Yeah. But it just surprises me that guilds don't place value in leveling up their towers. I guess if you're not pushing ranks, then it doesn't really matter, I suppose. But I don't know. I just find there's something satisfying. There's been some interesting proposals for reworking towers and their value on the round table and on the forums.
Okay.
I'm actually working on like a concept myself for like modular towers with limited like expansion slots, and the guilds can build like different structures at their own expense depending on the level of the tower, which will give them zone-wide bonuses. Like if you wanted to prioritize PvE in a zone, you'd build certain buildings. Gathering, you'd build other buildings, or a mix of them to get the best of both worlds. And it would give guilds more of a feeling of like, it's our tower. We've personalized it. It's not just this little block of safety on the map. We've actually done something with it. Because I do think they're a cool system. I do think owning land in this game is one of the coolest features of Albion Online.
Absolutely, and it should be more useful. It should encourage people to be in that zone.
Yeah.
Like if you own a tower, you should be encouraged to be playing in that zone where you own a tower. That's what I want to see. That's what I want to see.
Okay, the match is underway. Who is Cargera our winner then? Oh, Baby Guega is a winner. Okay. This team's had an up and down day, but this team is this is a strong team. This Baby Guega team. They're getting better every week, right? Is one thing I'd say about this team. They're sticking together. They've had a lot of good fights. They've took some tough losses, but they carry on. They don't disband. They're going to come up against one of the Sun teams here. Yavru, Kame, Gosling, Wusan, Mooneyman, and the boys. See how they do. There's the Polehammer and Mr. Zen on this Corrupted Steel Spirit Hunter. He's a fantastic player as well. I've been watching him. I've been watching his positioning. He's great. Lands the Corrupted Steel onto Gosling as well. Both teams going for the 4-1 opening. And Baby Guega, we know tanks are squishy in this meta, but Guega's actually running the res pots, and I like this a lot. Like, he sees a crossbow backline, and he doesn't get greedy. He's not like, right, I'm going to poison these guys. He knows what they can do to him. I just worry about their lack of purge here. We saw this in the previous match, right? They're only running the 1 purge front line, this Blocko team, versus the 2 purge of the other team. And that can be an issue. If your bow is getting purged more than their bow, you're going to lose the DPS race overall. Good work. Whiffed orb from Yav as well. From Yadiko in the back, sorry. Imagine taking a beating from the bow. Good reset. Oh, nasty wounds comes down on top of Mooney. The clump on the choke gets punished by the crossbow. Yav running the explosive shot, and they're just drilling Guega here. I believe he's used his resistance potion already, so they're happy to put the damage out. There's the swap. Yav actually rolls down the Corrupted Steel. Not ideal for him. Mooney's going to have to come back to grab this orb. Nice long-range orb and reset from Yadiko. Sidestepping, trying to avoid these magic shocks as well. Mid-range arcane. Just dragging out the fight. Gosling going to get stunned. Guega really good at prioritizing these stuns. Imagine actually on that one-hand arcane. Now he's coming forward to shut down the bow, but he's taking some punishment on the way out. They just about save him. Great play from Sabota. He pops the Royal Jacket to try and survive.
Wusan in
Full
trouble here.
now from Sun, but Wusan maybe overextended. Yadiko with the save. Look at Yadiko's energy though. He needs energy fast, and Mr. Zen's actually draining him. They have got the forward momentum, but they have no energy on their healer, and they need to respect this. They do get Imagine. They might get Mr. Zen, but they might get traded. Oh my goodness, he goes so low. What a save from Sabah.
Gonna get the turn.
Yadiko,
he's got to get on Gosling. If he can get this, he can get Gosling, and they can turn it, and they do. Nicely done. And now we've got a return play 4v4 right now. No energy on the healer. What's going to happen here? Oh, actually, I look back, and his heal, he's got it all back.
But the problem was is everybody was already low. They got the kill. They should have immediately pulled out. Like, it was super greedy to stay, honestly.
We see that time and time again, Lewpac, staying
stun.
far too
Yadiko
long,
in
and this
big
is over.
trouble. Yeah, they got the healer.
That's it. And
They picked
Wusan's
off
going to
the
pay
healer.
for it.
No pull-out game.
Oh, no, Wusan makes a nice leap. Oh, he gets the swap, though. Are they going to be able to still kill him?
Gosling. Oh, wow. Gosling might actually slam Baby Gregor here, and Sabota's... Okay, Sabota's on hand.
Oh, these guys went the wrong way, I think. They could have gotten Wusan had they gone after him the other direction. They're still going to get him.
He's got like one...
They're still going to get him.
My goodness.
Mestre Zen followed him the whole way, and Mooney Man is going to be in trouble. Yeah, they are. There's the bop.
Is there a reset? Oh,
it's done. Again. That was brutal. Like the travel to get Wusan.
Mr. Zen. Mr. Zen just died at the other end to Yav. I don't even know what's going on in this fight. But the blocker team
Mr. Zen needed to come right through and join his team the quick way instead of trying to take the full rotation around the other direction. Gregor needs to unload.
Fully overloaded there.
I think he just broke something off. He's fine now.
Wildness in that fight. And that was all because they didn't pull out. They got greedy looking for kills.
Well, nice. We talk about it all the time. Yeah. We talk about it all the time. Know when it's time to end.
He's got to come in through the Sun team.
I think he'll be okay because it looks like these guys are pushing down. As soon as there was an opening, they push down into the open. They're going to try to control this. They let him get it.
Yadiko,
I thought they were going to stop that. But Yad is in trouble there. All they need to do is put a little bit more pressure on.
Nope, he played it well. He went really deep, and they knew how much DPS they would have to absorb to go chase him then. But now he's committed a lot. Yav's got the nasty wounds. Nice purity from Yav actually running that one.
Actually, really good use of the curse there too. That's a brutal positioning on that curse. Really made it hard to come down the stairs. Prevented any kind of pressure. Well done.
Yeah, Gosling actually switched the curse as soon as he could because against the one-hand arcane, the bow. Imagine. I think he fake switched at the start to the arcane, and then Gosling was stuck on the bow. Now obviously he's going to change it. Yeah,
Wusan's in trouble here. Wusan's going to go. He's done.
Nasty wounds. Yeah, nasty wounds on him. Oh, nice play. Nice starter steps from Wusan.
Imagine's got him though. They're Master Zen again. These guys are double low.
Oh my goodness.
They're going to get Yad too. They're going to push him out.
There's a swap. Much longer than he should have, but here comes
Mooney Man's going to go for this, and Yad, I don't know what he was doing there.
He's waiting for the leap. He's waiting for the leap. He's trying to peel Gregor to the right so that he can leap to the choke. He's gonna. Oh, there he goes. Does get it because he wants to leap on tank. They get Mr. Zen. They just turned it onto Mr. Zen and killed him.
That was really well done. The leap was well done by Yavru
from the healer there. They get Gregor as well. This is wild.
That's a really good turn. That was a very well executed turn. Lewpac, I thought that was over. I didn't think they were going to be able to pull that one off.
Yadiko, he did it so well. Like he pulled Gregor to the side, reset the choke, and then they got the turn before Gregor could do anything.
Unfortunately, we saw the blue team split on their DPS there. They didn't all go after the same target, and that led to a really good leap and a nice play and loss two.
Both teams, right? Both teams playing super greedy for kills, right? Which, when you consider that both teams are full funded, right? It's mad, isn't it? It's mad.
I mean, they don't get. Are they keeping their loot? Are they keeping their loot? Is that what's going on here? Is that what they're playing for?
Everyone's got a different deal. Wusan and Mooney Man, that's really nice.
That's a brutal combo.
Zen just messed them up. Like they had nasty wounds. They got nothing. The reset does nothing because of the nasty wounds. Corrupted steel combo. Like, oh, that was beautiful.
And Mooney Man is in trouble once again. He's just got to peel back here quicker because he's got no heals.
Go this time.
Yadiko goes down. Mooney Man in trouble here. If there's a swap available, he's done. Nope, but there's another way to kill him too. Well done on the geyser. That was a great cleanup by the blue team here.
This fight's crazy.
It's insane. This is insane. This is a massacre. What do we
have
here?
I don't know
where
they go about his corrupted steel. It's messing
4 to
them
8
up right now.
12 in the first 7. Okay, that's we've seen some more, deadly matches, but this isn't half bad. Well done by both teams here, making some nice plays and keeping the players entertained.
Yeah, we definitely picked a good one to watch, but
we
like this.
The audience
4-1 split. 4-1 split from the Baby Gregor team. They don't want that back cap, but they're being very respectful. They're not pushing down here. See what they've got. This one-hand arcane. I'm actually surprised that he didn't switch to a Dawn Song. Quite a lot of these arcane players have a Dawn Song in the bag in case the bow gets put away. like in this situation. There's the corrupted steel. That was not great from Mr. Zen though. They all stepped out of it, and now that's the signal to go, I believe. Gosling, Breaker gets a good purge on him there. Oh, Gosling, he's messed up the roll timing on the purge. Pratorm is getting run down though. Woosan with the carrion caller shutting out the healing. Now they turn onto Woosan finally. The armor pierce comes out, the shred. Oh, Woosan goes back in. He chose the worst time to step back in. He missed the reset, and I believe Yadiko actually got the additional cooldown because of that. Like,
we have a rematch going on, an incredible rematch going on of the finals.
They're gonna get the healer. They're gonna get the healer. They've killed him. They've dove the healer and killed him, and Yadiko's in fighting shape, and now Pratorm's
Lewpac, I need to report on this real quick. We've got a rematch of the finals with Prince of Death versus Kargera here. Kargera is down 49 to 102. They have the caps, but they just lost 3 players. They're about to lose caps. They're about to lose a 4th player. This is
goodness.
I'll keep my eye on this one as a secondary match, but
wow. Shame we can't. We've got that recorded to watch after.
I didn't get it recorded, no.
Oh man. Okay.
I'm a little bit slow mechanically right now with one arm.
The Sun team, by the way, they lost a man and then got the healer turn. They actually weren't able to convert it into more, but I think they were still a bit shook over the greed earlier. Pratorm gets purged. Nice combo with the stun and purge. Imagine he's going to be bombed. Should have roll available. Actually opts for the Guardian to absorb it, but the Sunder goes out. Now Baby Gregor looking for Gosling. Good damage onto Gosling. Raven on the choke only connects with the healer, but it does do some work. Mr. Zen comes in. There goes the crop still. Nasty Wounds was too late. He got the Nasty Wounds after the reset, and that gives Sun the momentum in this fight and the choke point. But Yav taking a pasting on this backline. A Mooney man, they switch. Pratorm
was that a miss?
Another purge.
That was a missed orb, Lewpac.
Oh, but that was really good from Pratorm, that purge. Now Yav in a lot of trouble, running the Purity, trying to bop the spear away, but they just run him down. They might get the trade.
Tom is going to go too.
One more hit. They get. Oh no, he doesn't get him. Woosan rolls in, hits the glaive. He's bleeding up the back line, and this isn't necessarily over here. Although Mooney man is very low on energy, Woosan gets some good forward pressure. If they can get Yadiko, of course, that's a big deal. Now Gregor's going to get bopped, and Gosling might be able to get the kill here. If the healer's not on point, imagine Woosan. Oh, good orb.
Nice
to the front
orb
line.
There. Well timed.
There's the reset into. Oh no, it's the enemy Judy actually. They land on the Nasty Wounds. This is a problem. Yav's back in the fight, but Woosan's going down. And this is. Oh, they held the 3-cap though.
That's what you need to do.
That's what you need to do. If they can find a trade here, it could be something. But their healer is completely zoned. Oh, the orb from the high ground. That orb was nice. Wow, Yadiko, this man is saving the day here. Like his team's giving him a lot of work to do, to be honest, mostly because Mr. Zen is being an absolute beast with this Spirit Hunter. And there's the Yav only just got back to the fight, and they take him round with that anti-heal combo once again. This Helmet of Tenacity causing so many problems right now. They're looking for Gosling. The tank is miles away from his team. Like I don't even know Shozen. They're gonna get a. No, it's gonna be a 10.
94 to 1 over here. 3-cap against, and it's over for Kargera.
The Kargera team beaten by the Prince of Death team.
Yeah.
Who's the Prince of Death team playing with this season? I did say earlier.
1-1.
1-1. Yeah.
Suriel, Durentin, Totally Kyle, Dr. Liberal Dumbass, and Prince of Death. 11 to 8 in the finals for kills over there. Quite the matchup.
Another good pickup then for them. You know, 1-1. 1-1 spending the money this season, aren't they, for these teams?
No, they're trying to take some points.
But did they drop Alliance?
Yeah, there was a drop earlier today.
No, they're still in an alliance, right? They're still in a 4-way alliance.
I believe. I thought they dropped out of AAA earlier.
No, it doesn't look like it. Or maybe they did briefly for some.
Okay, some shenanigans.
Yeah, who knows? But you can't rejoin the same alliance. You have to remake it. That's the problem. Deco does. Oh, Gosling, nice roll for the orb there, and they're actually looking for Imagine. They've only got a minute on this.
I'm confusing a different guild for them. I was confusing Black Order.
Yeah, Black Order dropped Alliance.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was
according to the Shiro announcement, they could be in a new mega coalition.
We'll see.
Anti-PoE version 3. Yeah, good roll, but
4
he's got the nasty wounds.
Whatever you want to call it.
I don't actually know how many there's been. This is a brawl right now. Yadiko trying his best to keep Yav alive. If Yav can get some space here and return the damage, good orb onto Wusan into the Judy. That's a nasty razor cut, and this backline is hella stacked and in trouble. Sabota, great play from Sabota with the bleed. Wusan actually commits the roll looking for Pratorm. Pratorm's been poisoned. He's rolling Sabota's bomb. This is a big bomb on Sabota. He's nearly going to drop. The axes are on top of him. One of these men has to go down. It is going to be Pratorm, which means they still have a healer. He has to blink to nothing, though. Imagine goes down. Sun have only got 1 point, though, Shozen. They've got 1 point, and they have 10 seconds to grab a cap, and they're not going to get it. Baby Gwega's going to die for it. And the mid cap's going to be saved, and it's just too little too late. Wow, they're going to get Gwega, but they're going to lose right at the end. What a brutal match that was. What an insane finish as well, Shozen.
That was incredible. No, all the other ones are over. This one lasted the longest at just under 14 minutes here.
That was a banger. That was a banger of a match. Holy moly.
Wow. Wow. 13-9.
Honestly, I think it was quite rowdy from both teams. I'm going to go out and say it, right? This was a banger of a match. I'm going to go out and say it that there was some sloppy play on both sides.
Yeah,
I think there was
a little bit sloppy. I think that's why it was such a banger, honestly.
Overcommitment. Yeah, there was overcommitment like after kills. There was sloppy turn kills. There was some god tier plays though. Mr. Zen, man. That guy is a beast. Like that guy, he always goes for the sideways angle, right, with his corrupted steel. Like he wraps around the side of the enemy team, and instead of firing it in a line towards the back line, he kind of creates this wall of damage, right, which just separates the two halves of the team. The front line's usually caught in it, nasty wounds on top. The back line can't then advance through it without taking the damage. His positioning is impeccable, and it's really fun to watch a player like just play so good with that weapon. Love it, Shozen. But
I have something for us. Actually, I think Durenton streamed that, so I'm gonna check it out and see if we can't get the stream up and running.
We would have streamed it as well, I believe.
Call me.
What's his?
I'm gonna get it to you guys in a second if I can get it up and running.
Call Me Blitzkrieg.
Call Me Blitzkrieg. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Recent broadcast. Yeah. I've got it ready. I've got it ready to go.
Right. Let me pull up the recent broadcast then.
I'll tell you when it starts. Okay, it starts at 1 hour 28 and 17 seconds. We'll start from there.
Give me a second here. Actually, can you just toss us a link, Lewpac?
Yeah, I can even toss it with a timestamp. Hang on.
That'd be perfect because I'm getting stuck in the version of it where it doesn't want to give me the option to look at recent videos.
Okay, there you go.
Thank you, sir.
That's got the timestamp as well.
All right. Bogul,
they Prince of Death DC'd before their 5 as well, so they didn't get into their 5. Are you ready to go on this? 3, 2. Oh,
let's start it at 0 here. We've got 10 seconds left on this. Let's get it ready and paused at 0 for everybody, and we'll have a new count in when everybody is at battle starts in 0.
Bogul wasn't ready with the cam.
Okay.
Shozen's just got to make the Durenton stream Albion TV friendly. Is the way we would word it. Yeah, this team. I mean, they had a great season, but they got banged in the final. Shozen. There's no.
Oh yeah, they got just destroyed.
There's no polite way of saying how hard they got thrown down in the final. Like, was it worse than last season's final? Who knows? But this season's final has been announced. This season's dates have been set, and the contracts have been signed, I believe, from our side. So we will be there with the Crystal League Championship for season 12. No, season 12? Yeah, season 12. 6th and 7th of June, I believe we've got for that.
Yeah, we just got that today.
So it's a little way down the line, but that is going to be a big weekend. We'll hopefully see a lot of these teams we're seeing today still together for then. Right, we ready to go, Bogle?
I got one more thing to do before Bogle is ready. Let me go ahead and pull a raffle for everybody. Let Bogle have that one last moment to get things done.
0
We're at
0
0
0,
0.
Bogle.
Kraboom, you have won, as did Teddy
Yay,
Bear
Kim,
with
my
a
boy
7.
Kim.
Teddy Bear with a 7. You have won. Kraboom, you know who you are. You have won. Whisper me to claim your prize.
Right, Bogle is ready. Start this video in 3, 2, 1. And we'll dissect what happened. You know, rather than the sort of play-by-play, we know the result already. Drenton, by the way, that 1-1 money and that off-season money, 1.5 billion in his inventory right now, Shozen. Man,
Interesting that both healers are the POVs that we can get for these matches.
Do you know what? I don't mind it because we always watch the front line.
True.
I actually don't mind watching the best healers go at it. And the Black Order team also running this mid-range arcane. This is double one-hand crossbow Astral Aegis. Interesting backline. And these guys have been always impressive. They were one of the first to start running the arcane. Honestly, they especially the mid-range arcane. The Renton might get traded on here. And I really like this because the one-hand crossbow is a lethal weapon, right? We already know this. And the Kargera team generally dives one person.
We often see it, yep.
And so if they're diving one crossbow, the other crossbow can just go hyper aggro. And a hyper aggro crossbow, you know, they know that they're up against a one-hand arcane, so the bow is out. But a hyper aggro crossbow, and Suriel running that glaive, you know, you try and escape the two crossbows and get flicked back into them. It's going to be crazy. Although they're both running explosive bolt. Prince of Death in a bit of trouble here. I actually wouldn't mind them running auto fire, or at least one of them running auto fire for like the guaranteed hit through the flick. Because when someone's being flicked and then they're going to roll back and then there's probably going to be swaps involved, the explosive arrow, the explosive bolt is just a little bit more clunky to hit.
I'm a little worried we're not going to be able to watch this whole match, guys. I'm looking at our timer now.
That will be all right. It's probably better than the level 7s anyway. Nah, we'll be fine. I'm pretty sure it was finishing around the same time.
Yeah. Well, the other one was 14 minutes long.
We know the result. Oh, okay. We were a bit slow getting it. Kargera caught out position and greedy tank builds. The Renton goes hyper aggro there. He leaps in and just uses the purity for disruption. Love to see it, but now Suriel in a little bit of trouble. He's just manning up in this front line though. Suriel needs to get some love in, or he's gone. They still might win this. Two crossbows, double bombs. This is just ridiculous. Like, I love this comp. Like, people are calling this probably a cheese comp, right? And look how tanky this comp is. Triple Astral Aegis as well. At the Renan's body. Not even loot. The Kargera team doesn't even loot till the end, by the way.
Yeah, they don't need
Kargera, notorious combat looter. Do you bet we've seen this man looting in level 3 20s?
Yeah,
right?
Come on.
With like 5 million in his bank or whatever.
You give me one of those headaches, Lewpac. When I hear these things, my head just starts to go ba-dum, ba-dum, ba-dum. Why you looting in level 3s?
It is one of those things, isn't it? But I love this double crossbow. I love this double crossbow because like just the two bombs will put out so much pressure. And Kargera, we know Kargera can shut down Sunders. Like, he loves stopping crossbow Sunders. It's what he does, right? But even Kargera can't stop two crossbow Sunders when they play completely opposite. So a lot of this matchup is going to depend on Carvin and his magic shocks. I kind of feel that he needs to keep a magic shock on hand at all times for the Sunders, because he can't, you know, his instinct is to just spam magic shocks onto whatever he can, like healers, whatever. We know how this team plays, but I feel in this matchup you can't allow these Sunders to land all the time. It's one, if you're at full health, it's the biggest armor pierce in the game, I'm pretty sure, if you're at full health.
Yeah.
It's obviously the lower you get, the less it does, though. That's the only thing with Sunder.
I'm so impressed by how well these guys play when they're at low health. The boys from the Black Order team, if you will, the Kargara team. They've
Yeah,
been
well,
playing so long. They're so good at saving themselves. It's just
yeah, these
impressive
top
work.
end teams, like they don't panic when they're low health.
I
They
do.
trust their healers.
I panic when I'm at half health Lewpac. I just like, oh god, somebody heal me.
It's one of those things though, right? Like if I'm doing Hellgates on 24/7 Hellgates, I'm panicking at half health, right?
Hmm.
If I'm doing Hellgates on a private Discord and I've got like Chicken or someone healing me, like I can play more aggressive because I know he's got it under control. That's a good trade though.
Nicely done
Really
by
good
the
healer
Kargara
trade
team.
there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely
I
pulled it
still
out
think they're just
afterwards.
gonna get blasted by these crossbows though. There you go. Grafis goes down. Like these crossbows are just nasty, Shozen. Like shouldn't shouldn't be as good as it is, but when you can't play the bow because of all the arcanes, like the crossbow doesn't really care. Like only the W is a channel, and if you're getting magic
Nice
shocked and
shot.
interrupted,
Nice shot.
like you can even run something else. Like I honestly against dive comps, I actually don't think caltrops would be horrible.
No, I think it
Like
has a place.
having three instant cast
Hmm.
abilities that can't be interrupted when you're facing cartwheel magic shock spam.
Oh,
I
the
don't think it's
magic shock spam is ridiculous here. I do like one of the two memes that we have from Durenton here. I can say this one: make Holofall a two-handed weapon.
that's not a bad shout, to be honest. At its current power level,
Hmm.
I
I
think,
think it
mate.
would be a good call.
I think if you had to give
Oh,
up the
there's a
sacred
whiff.
scepter for it, then it would be purge on the Fury as well. That's big trouble. But I love that blink peel there. Like uses the Halaful jump and then blinks straight up the choke. He knows he can keep his boys in check, and he knows he knows that the crossbows are just getting so much value right now. Like our Dr. Liberal rolled the reset. A little bit of a miscommunication there from those boys, and they might actually lose the fight from the back of it. Oh, nasty. This is probably where you were talking about it, saying that they were well ahead,
Hmm.
and then Cargera's team got control of the caps. This is in terms of depths, this is a rough match as well, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm kind of shocked that this is what we're seeing from these two teams that played each other so many times in the Crystal League finals. As we saw in the second matchup, in that it was just a complete and utter stomp by the Kargara team by Woof Woof. They came in and 150 owed and were BMing, saying say good fight, and Kargara is on his
Yeah,
mount.
yeah.
It's just you don't see a lot of that at the highest levels,
You
especially
really
not from the
don't.
Kargara team even.
Oh, Boda rolled too early there.
But they seemed to be a little bit angry
Pumped
about,
slash
well, I would
angry.
say
Yeah.
like when they lost that level 9, I think they had a bit of
But that was probably a lot
anger.
of money. That level
Yeah,
9 was probably a lot of money for them in terms of the payment from Black Order.
that they did
Like,
not get.
yeah, I mean, I assume they have a pretty good deal over there.
Hmm. Hmm. You would have to. You have to have a good deal if you want to secure a team this good.
But when you're paying top dollar and you start to see them drop matches, it's not. I guess if they're paying per point, and it's not like they're getting
Well,
ripped
they were
off.
already
But
had the season secured. They had no need to pay them any more for any points that they were going to get for the level 9. So
Grafis
I
picked
don't know
off.
if you're Shiro, you might have been happy that they lost that fight.
the bank of your guild, maybe. Renton. Here comes the combo again. The armor pierce out there, the bomb. They put the nasty wounds down, but Renton, like he switched the resist pot here. And we see so many of these guys. We see so many of these guys running energy pot, and I don't think if you're running Limhurst Scholar Cow should be enough for even the rowdiest healer to keep his energy up. Oh, good orb to cancel there. I don't know why he's I don't know why the healer was capping. I'll be honest.
It's not the play. I don't like that play ever. I never like it, even when it seems like there's
Oh,
no
that was
reason why not
beautiful.
to.
Renton bops the arcane out with the purity to deny the cap interruption. Cargera was running in to interrupt the cap, and the arcane Grafis fired out the orb to remove the purity so Cargera could run through. It was lovely, but Cargera was like a split second too late to actually stop it. I like this from Durennan as well. Just lets him get razor cut and just is like, all right, I'll pop my scholars. Thanks for the free energy.
Hmm.
Now I have physical resistance. And these crossbows are very tanky. Like these Astral Aegises make them really, really tanky. Cargera, he's not running a CC build. Like they would get punished for this against a pole hammer, right? The Astral Aegises would just have them CC'd. But if they were against the pole hammer, they probably have scepters handy.
Oh no, I made this poll take too long. It's got a 3-minute timer, and we only have 2 minutes until our next match.
All right, we're gonna close it. This one's over very soon, by the way. This one's over in 1 minute if there's no cap switch. I think they're actually gonna give them the 2 though.
Make sure you vote for who you want to see right away and spend the points to get it. Otherwise, you're not gonna have the time. We're closing the polls early today. Don't give any water to anybody waiting in line, or your points will not count.
Oh, Dorenza, no! Oh, he's gone down again. He's only gone down again.
They've only got like 13 points left.
Yeah.
They got triple cap.
And
This is unfortunately we don't get to watch this end, because this end is amazing between the trades back and forth. Grafis kills Turiel. Dr. Liberal Dumbass kills Bodaville.
They've only got one DPS alive though. Like the problem is they can't do anything with only one DPS alive. Like they'll lose the exchanges unless they just
Tommy finally follows his healer.
Thank goodness. Who doesn't love a follower alert that takes up all of the action? Grafis just chilling, and now the healer's there. Grafis is like, actually, nah, I changed my mind. We're gonna see the end. Don't worry, Shozen. 10 seconds. We get to see it.
Currently, Neon Eats KFC, that's Neon Karambit's team, is currently in the lead.
They've been looking good, Shozen. They've been looking so good.
They're getting better every time. Like, that's one of those newer teams that just keeps getting better.
All right, there you go. Wow, the world champs. The world champs defeated in their level 8 there. Level 6, sorry.
I'm voting for Neon myself, so it's me and somebody else. We're running neck and neck. Wusan and Neon, 15-14, 16-14, 18-14. I have spent probably 5 clicks.
Oh, you're paying as well.
Yeah, I'm voting for this one.
All right, so we're watching Neon, yeah?
Well,
and the gang.
I guess so. I can call it now. I feel bad. It is time. It's time to go watch it. So Neon.
No, this team's really good. RPG. This is the one with RPG, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, like RPG's insane. Watch this guy. I've been watching his matches. It's a really good one to watch if you wanna learn axes. They're up against a One Punch Man team then. One Punch in the level 8s, level 7s as well. The Apollinator One Punch Man team. My money's on Neon though. Honestly, Neon and the boys. One Purge from the One Punch team into a bow versus one Purge into a bow. No arcanes on field. So
I did warn whoever pumped all the points into Wusan that it was not gonna count if you got it at the end. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry.
One Punch Man, 7-3 purities, 8-3
I will
health.
put it on the background to keep an eye on it though.
Wolf of Wall Street is living up to his name, bro. He is balling out in this match. His gear is wild. He's going to be worth a lot if he dies. 7-3 purity. Just his robe is 1.2 million. The artifacts are starting to come down in price. Liet in a bit of trouble, actually. He's getting run down early by this dive. Razor Cut looks clean. Mattias on those bear paws. Matthew running interception with the purity. Good play. Oh, good stun. Here comes the slam onto Apollinator. The bow shredding as well. Big shred onto Apollinator. The bow was like chunking 10% of his health there per hit. Dragon, here comes the knock-up. Wolf comes in with the reset. Getting that big IP reset from his 6-3 Halafall as well. The Cultist Sandals come into play. And now there's an offensive knock-up from Matthew. RPG on this axe. He's out front as well. He's causing all sorts of problems. Lands the root onto the front line. Liet is just getting free reign to drill them right now. And One Punch Man are about to get run down. Like, soon as that purge is offline, if Liet rolls that purge, he's just gonna just annihilate them, honestly. And Apollinator, we've seen his Ironclad. The Ironclad's just not so useful against the bow. Like nope. Having that pole hammer means they have another option to shut out the bow damage. They didn't get a kill though.
No, just a very even back and forth battle though. I just pressured him out.
Pollinator is running a bot helm. Yeah, he's gonna go to mace. He's gonna heavy mace. Shozen.
Mhm.
Heavy mace with purge.
Okay.
So he's going for double
Okay.
purge, snare charge, sacred ground.
Interesting choice.
This will be super interesting then. They are now. The problem is that even though they didn't lose anyone, they find themselves 3-capped. Dragon
I'm
on the
glad to
torch
see
Daybreaker.
Pollinator trying new weapons, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean he's playing Ironclad when no one else really is. We haven't seen a heavy mace for a long time.
He needs to practice
it.
Oh, why can't I even think of it now? Brain just farted on me.
His
Staff of Balance. Thank you.
Because I don't know. I'm not a fan of the Staff of Balance. I think
Okay.
backline DPSs are learning to just beat you up now.
All right. Well, I keep seeing it competitive in certain areas.
I'm not a fan of the greed Staff of Balance. With
No,
like the
you have
cultist
to-
sandals, poisons, and stuff like that. Because I think you can get heavily punished for that if someone's ready. Dragon though, he's really not having an impact on this Daybreaker. Like honestly, it's just not
this is
having
going
an
to be
impact.
too. Oh my God! Did you see that? That's a 5-man stun right
goodness.
there. That's going to lead to an ace if they can clean it up.
Wolf of Wall
Good
Street
place.
doesn't want to
Good
lose
place.
his 7-3 Avalonian robe either. That's some
Pollinator,
huge-
what are you doing?
He was going for the loot. He was going for it, and they
What
got
were you
aced.
doing?
One Punch Man get aced by the Hannibal team.
I know you guys can't see me on camera right now, but my jaw just hit the floor. He was safe. He was safe. He could have saved his gear. Maybe he was just thinking it's going to take me too long to get my health back.
This is the problem, isn't it? Like, they're such a brutal team when you get caught in these chokes like that. Like they just get run over, and I just don't think they're having the impact, because the thing is RPG, right? He can run in, put the bleeds out. Then
There we
even
go.
if he has to fall
There's
back
what
to
we know
healing-
from a Pollinator. Back to the Ironclad.
Yeah, I mean that's good. He does
He knows
zone
what
out
he
Matthew
does.
nicely there.
He
But
does a good job. He's
Matthias-
very good at it. It's his best weapon, and sometimes you just got to go with what you know, especially when you get that kind of situation. He was just looking for an excuse to pull out the Ironclad. That's why he went in and reached for that gear.
Oh,
he
yeah,
knew
just
what it
gets
was going to do,
deleted.
and
That
they
was
get the
combo.
kill off of it. Well done. Like seeing it. I like when a team comes back from an ace, immediately makes the other team pay, and they could get a couple of kills on the way out here.
So the way
TPS
he
needs to get up the
uses the
stairs.
Ironclad against Halafals is really interesting as well, right?
Yeah.
So what he does is he hurricanes away the healer and then runs back to the pack of frontline. He knows that the healer is going to try and leap in to save his boys, and he runs bot helm.
Yep.
So as soon as the healer leaps in, the healer can't be stopped once he's in the air. But if he bops everybody out, they don't get the heal.
Right.
Like it's
Go back to
kinda
the
cool
collapse,
when it
yeah.
works, yeah. But again, once a healer knows what you're doing, oh, Matthew takes a beating there. Really nice from them.
I like this turn from a Pollinator's team here. That was really well done.
Look how many
just
points they lost,
5.
though. Look how many
Yeah, but
points they lost.
they still haven't gotten the caps either, which isn't great. You'd think that they would be a little bit quicker to get that, because if Neon gets up here to prevent the cap.
Like, Pollinator is running kidnap. Why is he not kidnapping?
Okay,
like,
they're not going to stop the 3
so
cap.
aggressive there.
They're not going to stop the cap. Okay.
Yeah, he has Fiend Sandals kidnap. He's running an 8-3 Druid Cal, by the way, because they're so cheap right now. Like, you can get an 8-3 Druid Cal for 900k. That's ridiculous. Matthias. Yeah, I mean, I like this tanky front line, honestly, but I just don't know. I like Dragon. Actually, Dragon has switched to deflecting spin pike. I much prefer that. That's so much more effective right now. Like, obviously, he doesn't have the additional purge for the bow. They do. Liet is still getting outrageous amounts of space, though. I have to be honest. Like, Liet, I like that Apollinator is doing something different, but there is literally a bow just free casting the whole fight. So you're already uphill battle. Like, Liet's rolling in for kills on the bow. Like, this man don't care. Like, he knows that Apollinator is not going to go and try and kidnap him. So
Right.
he's just like,
Great stun in there, choke there. Are they going to be able to follow this up for kills, or are they just going to get the pressure and get the points? At this point, if you're getting the pressure,
Yeah, they
just
can
fall back
peel.
and get the points.
They can peel with the Ironclad, and just if they can stabilize here, they have the caps.
This is too dangerous. This is too dangerous. They got
Nah.
Liet. They're going to get Dragon here and Matsium. But at this point, I would be falling back at least with one of your teammates to get those
Ironclad in front of
caps
the 10.
because you
Ironclad in
don't
front
want
of
to
the
do this,
10.
and you did it.
Ironclad
You
in
did
front
it.
of the
You
10.
did it.
Oh, couldn't find that next angle. Where's Wolf of Wall Street? Where's that Purity follow-up? Neon, I mean, that could have been a full turn.
That could have been awful.
It's also going to be back to 5v5. Like, if they get Neon there, they're back to 5, so they're going to push it into this. Can they save that mid-cap, though, with anything? Do they have something they can fire up there? Maybe not.
No, they don't.
But I think after this Purity, I think he's going to get Hurricane. Matthew's about to get Hurricane into a horrible spot.
Now Liet is back. Liet
stun.
could have taken a shot, but Liet was the last one to get back. Didn't have time to shoot up to the mid cap, and that is a 2-cap in favor of Neon Krambit and the boys. Hannibal.
Matthew's had his last 3 heals interrupted there.
That's rough.
That was pretty good momentum, but let's take it all really good from Mattias. Mattias lands a nasty backline. Liet's bleeding, gets the orb out. Mattias wants to finish it. Nice counter stun though. And there you go. There goes the Shadow Caller.
L5 is who I meant, not Liet. L5 was the last
Shadow
one
Caller
back.
static can be reflected because the deflecting spin could be lethal there.
Mattias
is gone. There's no trade either.
No.
Is Wolf on another 7-3, by the way? No, he went down to a 6-3. He's only paying 700k for this robe.
And this is going to be
Dragon, there's the slam. Good save again. Wolf or Wolf
nice
trade.
save.
Seems to be decent
save.
with these heals,
Nice
but now
save.
they're both dead. No,
Nope.
he's got
Wolf
the
is going to get out.
he was living on the edge there, but
Yeah, he was a big fan
this
of
one's going to be over, I think,
Aerosmith right there.
Shozen, because it's
going to be a 20 cap, going to be down to 9 points. Wusan lost his match. I will report that. Somebody did want to watch that match badly. It was kind of a stomp.
Okay.
See what we have running still.
Yeah, Neo. Well, I mean, it's not over. They are back as 5.
Well, I mean, just to, bring up another match and have it ready for when this one is done.
This team, though, this Hannibal team looking really strong. Like, just brushing aside most opposition. This one was a little bit back and forth, and credit to the One Punch Man team. They did really good, but I think it was just too much an ask of them. And I just think the lack of control on this bow has really, they played amazing to stay in it despite that. But I just think you can't give free reign to these bows.
This is going to be the last match. Like both matches are going to end at the same time. It's 95-10, 95-8, 3 caps on both sides.
Ah, well, there you go. So
Prince of Death is going to win his match as well. I don't know who won the Cargera match. It ended as soon as I tried to get over there.
Prince of Death, really, that team's looking really strong again this season. Matthew dropping the easies onto One Punch Man. Wow. Healer spamming easy as the match ends. Little bit, we don't love to see that, do we, Shozen?
Nah.
A bit of friendly banter, but
just a little
wow.
bit. Have some back and forth there.
And
PG-13.
Yeah, the other one just ended as well. Wow, the Prince of Death, the 1-1 versus Sun match only had 9 kills in it overall. 6-3 in favor of Prince of Death. So a very, very slow-paced match, we would say. Cool.
Yeah, it went the distance. Same as this match. Lasted a nice long time, and
double crossbows nibbled them to death, though. Yeah, so actually, what's super interesting, Shozen, is exactly what I said, right? Both of those crossbows against the Staff of Balance, they were on Astral Aegis, right? They wanted to mitigate damage until the anti-heal wear off and they could stabilize. This time, they were against the Pole Hammer, so they immediately switched to the Sacred Scepter.
Okay.
So the flexibility of the offhands are in, like, the power creep on offhands is insane, Shozen. Like, this is really buffed one-hand items, right? The Astral Aegis is so tanky. The Sacred Scepter
that one quite a bit.
mitigates. The 6-3 Sacred Scepter gives 260 CC resistance, right? 260. Do you know how much a Judy armor gives?
How much?
204. It's nearly 60 more CC resistance than a Judy armor, right? And for you guys that don't know, your CC resistance comes entirely from your armor, right? Your helm and your boots don't have any CC resistance unless you've got passives to that effect. right? So you have more CC resistance than a
More than
tank.
double your CC.
Because you get 152 from the mage robe, right? So this guy with that combo has 412 CC resistance Shozen base. He has double the CC resistance of a Judy armor tank.
That's a lot.
Yeah. So, and honestly, you need to play musical weapons. I think the tanks need to play musical weapons against this comp, right? You show polehammer, right? And then you dive them with staff of balance. Like you can't. Their comp is so strong. Two of the guys are in plate. The other three have sacred scepters, right? They're so strong against stun comps. They're tanky against anti-heal comps because they can switch to Astral Aegis. You've got to play musical weapons with them. I love these guys. They're geniuses, man. They're doing some cool things right now.
Anyway. Well, we just had our last 2 raffles, and I pumped them out into channel, and they were instantly claimed. I love it when they do that. Good job, guys.
Nice and quick. Get it done nice and quick, eh?
Oh, I'm having a hard time typing to Meatball, though. Meatball, if you don't see my messages, do hit me up in Discord, and we will get you taken care of. We're going to try to figure out what's going on here. I'll drop my Discord in chat. Anybody can feel free to whisper me. You won't get prizes, but you can chat with me at your leisure.
Wow, Wusan's team, Rorbit's team gave them a kick in, Shozen. Oof.
All right, I think I was able to get you there, Meatball. Go ahead and let me know just to make sure.
All right, are we raffled off of our heads right now?
Shozen? All the raffles are out. Everything is done for the day. We will have more content tomorrow. We'll be back at 18 UTC with more ZVZ content.
And we'll then 20s.
Yeah, we'll have 20s at 19. We'll have the Daily Show interview at 20. We will have Hellgate 10v10s at 21. We have all sorts of content tomorrow for you guys on a Sunday. Do turn in for that. Tune in for that. Turn in. Whatever it is you want with that. Just make sure you watch it. I'm really hoping that the 10v10 Hellgates do kick off. If not, we'll be watching some 5s. We'll be talking about the changes to Hellgates that have occurred for this season and watching some of these really good teams just destroy each other for infamy.
It's always fun, isn't it? Always fun. You gotta love this. So that's the schedule coming up. We had some good level 5, 6, and 7s. Thank you to all of our teams taking part tonight. And don't forget, the Albion TV shows are available on demand on our YouTube channel in a nicely edited and condensed format. That's all from us for tonight, though. So make sure you hit that follow button and find out when we're next online. And the guys will see you again tomorrow. I'll see you guys next Saturday for more GVGs or on my stream Monday to Friday. And Albion TV will return tomorrow, 1800 UTC, with the War Report. Have a great evening, everybody, and thank you so much for watching.
Sounds good. We're out.